What's going on, buddy boyos? We are live. Welcome to Friday stream. On this stream, we kick back, relax, and just chill, my dudes. We're just gonna have a nice, fun conversation about random ass shit. I am Mystery School, your copium dealer for the day, and I hope that you're all having a good day. Hope you all had a good week. And yeah, we're here. Sorry for didn't do a Wednesday stream, but I was busy, so doesn't matter. I'll make it up for today, and then we'll stream Sunday like we usually do, and have a good time. We got a lot of people in here now. Oh my god, the same people show up every fucking day, man. I don't know why you guys show up anymore. It's so weird. Yeah, I'm such a small channel, but I have such a dedicated fan base. It's so weird. Like, you got to show up. It's like weird. Clandestino, what's up, buddy boyo? Salute. How you doing, buddy? What's up, my brother? What's up, Alaskan Separatist? What's up, buddy boyo? Finley, what's up, dude? What's up, boyo? What's up, Z? Big Z. What's up, boyo? What's up, B? Tall, young, and attractive. What's up, buddy boyo? We are live and alive. Oh man, what's been going on in the manosphere lately? I don't know. I don't know. It just seems like a fucking clusterfuck. I don't know. I don't watch much manosphere content anymore. The only people I really watch are like Rehab Room. I watch a lot of videos about history. Watch a couple of videos about like finance and stuff like that. But yeah, I just try to find something new to watch, because like you can only fucking stay in this fucking place for so long, right? But who knows? FNC, FNC, Friday Night Cope. It could be a thing, but I do too much on a Friday night to keep it consistent, right? So I'll only be streaming for like probably an hour or two, so I gotta get out of here around 9 o'clock. So ITV dropped another brutal video. Yeah, that shit was brutal, man. That fucking man, Rehab Room. He has such a really good and fundamental understanding of the black pill. He probably has the best understanding of the black pill out of really all black pillars who ever existed, because like, or whoever made content rather. But yeah, he has just a really good like foundational understanding of the black pill. It's like, and really, I'm not gonna toot my own horn here, but like, you know, it's like me and him agree on like probably like 95% of what's going on, you know, at the end of the day. So I watch a lot of Passport Bro and Kevin Samuels content. I don't know. Passport Bros, I get it. You know, it's your next best option. But yeah, Kevin Samuels, he's old news, but I still like his old content though. You know, it's kind of funny to watch the old stuff that he did. I was like, man, these women are fucking delusional, man. Friday noon cope instead, lol. Yeah, I can't even do Friday noon cope. Even though I do a work from home, I could do a stream in the middle of the day if I wanted to, but I wouldn't do it. But Rehab Room gets straight to the point. Yeah, he doesn't fucking hold back, man. He just fucking like, he goes straight for the fucking jugular, man. He just goes straight for the throat. I just finished watching Rehab Room's video. He understands human nature very well. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he really does. He understands it so well. But it's so sad because like the fact that like you're forced to like understand human beings at such a fundamental level really shows that like you're an outsider, right? Because like it's because you're an outsider that you have to have such a good understanding of human nature to get by, to understand how the world works. I mean, I think we all kind of have an understanding of it, but like to have like such a deep understanding of it is a whole different thing, right? You know? Yeah. Rehab Room is a fighter who doesn't touch gloves and fights right away. Yeah. Deshaun Strickland versus Chinese Adesanya. I think you, ITV, and Face LMS know exactly what to say when it comes to Black Pill. Yeah, it just seems like people just like they'll like one of the points he brought up in that video was that people will just cope and say like they'll always be like, oh well, it doesn't apply to me, or this thing, this, oh I would never do that, or like one of his best points was that like, yeah, you would never get caught simping, or you would never get caught, doing crazy shit for women because you don't even get the opportunity to even do it, right? Like it's not even a matter of like oh yeah, I get women sometimes, bro, and then I know what they're like. Like no, like you don't even have the opportunity to even like get fleeced, right? As he said, like you don't even get the opportunity to get like used. You just fucking like don't exist to them. Like you're just a background character in their lives. Like they don't care, man. Like King Doge, true. Okay. Well, too bad Faith hasn't dropped anything in like 2 years. Yeah, I think he might be done. I mean, I don't know what he's doing with his life, but I'm sure he's fine. But I think he's done. Tails has been dropping decent content. I don't watch Tails. I don't know. Any news from Jay-Z Cell? Oh, you mean fucking Face LMF? And I haven't seen him in a while. Greetings, Mr. Ree. What's up, dude? Chicken dinner. Gotta go read sometimes, dude. Gotta go crazy on stream sometimes, to go fucking wild. I get to work from home twice a week, man. Shit's phenomenal, dude. I love it. I love working from home on Monday and Friday, dude. It's just great. Like it's probably the best schedule I've ever had. And I get paid decent money to do it. It's like, man, that feels good. I feel like making videos at one point because sometimes I don't hear things addressed that should be addressed, but at the same time, everything has been said basically. Yeah, people say that, but like you'd be surprised. Like having different perspectives of stories is really important as well. Like, yeah, sure, you can make the same point that someone else made. Like, you could both be hearkening to a a fundamental point that's been made before, but beyond that, like you can put your own little like theory or a spin on it that could be true or false. Like that's kind of the interesting part about like content creation, right? Where it's like, yeah, sure, like there's a bunch of like history channels that can teach you about whatever, but they all have their own little spin or formula that they do to keep you kind of hooked, right? So yeah. I need to remote job max and geomax at the same time. Yeah. What hasn't been addressed? It's kind of funny that like Myron Gaines thinks that like these women being delusional is somehow like, I don't know, like he keeps like I've been obviously like you get your YouTube algorithm fucking pumping every fucking morning, right? And I keep getting recommended a Fresh and Fit Fresh and Fit videos all the time, so it's like whatever, I just watch them occasionally. That's probably why I keep getting them. But either way, I keep watching them. And they had this video where they have this chick on, and like obviously she's like delusional about what she wants. She wants a dude who makes 150K. He has to be 6 foot. One of the most funny things she said was that the dude can't be Indian or Asian. I'm like, shit, man, that's fucking rough. Like Indians and Asians just get like excluded by like default. It's so fucking sad, bro. So that happened, and then she had all these like dumb fuck, 6 foot tall, bunch of money, has to look good, can't be obese, and then they find out that the dude's like, less than 1%, less than, it's like a crazy percentage of like how many men actually fit that criteria. And it's like, you would think that like, yeah, sure, some women will look at that stat and probably be like, well, whatever, bro, who gives a fuck? But at the same time, like, it doesn't even really matter for her because she can. Yeah, sure, she might not find that guy, but she's still gonna find somebody. Like it doesn't matter. Like, yeah, she can be delusional all she wants, but the problem with like female delusion is not punished at all. It gets, people try their best to placate and make that delusion become reality to some extent, right? So, yeah, female delusion. I mean, it has no end because they're allowed to be delusional because men allow it. So. VPN max so I can live anywhere with a US job getting USD law. The fuck kind of timing is this? This is a random ass stream, bro. Come on, bro. Faith, bro, what website do you go to look for remote jobs? I've been looking for just on Simply Hired. I just learned about using the VPN tactics to trick your employer. Oh. Just be a woman, basically, yeah. I only use LinkedIn. All the job sites are pretty much posting the same job. Yeah, that's true. I would agree. When I was trying to find a job earlier this year, it was the same fucking jobs over and over and over again. You might find occasional like a onesie twosie jobs. Truth be told, I got my job via a recruiter. It's honestly, if you have a decent resume and you have it on LinkedIn or any other like big job site, as long as you're, I mean, I'm not gonna say as long as that's retarded, but like, you know, I had a decent resume and I have really good experience. So like, I basically got scalped by another recruiter. Now sometimes recruiters can be kind of shitty and it doesn't go anywhere, but just like a small time recruiter who actually makes money off of like getting you in, she'll fucking move mountains to get you into a job. So because she gets paid based on you getting the job, right? So, but obviously you got to be the best candidate. But yeah, truth be told, I use fucking Chat GPT to improve my fucking resume. So it's fucking insane how good it is at doing stuff like that. So I'll admit it. Yeah, I had no problem fucking doing it either. I think I already said that on stream actually, so it doesn't matter. But yep. What has been proven scientifically is whether or not Oofy Doofy is law or if it's Chad only is law. I mean, it doesn't happen. Like, the problem is that we keep saying, like, because obviously there's simply not enough Chads to go around. So, like, Oofy Doofy, they're simply just an extension of the fact that, like, there's going to be a certain cohort of women who are going to stop being delusional, or at least they're going to lower their standards enough to have children. Now, not all of them will, and obviously we're seeing that now. But there's going to be a certain percentage of women, and then you're going to notice these couples more because, like, oh well, yeah, how did that happen, right? So. Yeah, so like the problem with Oofy Doofy theory always is that like people see examples of like, you know, these couples who are normally looks matched. So is it even really Oofy Doofy? But they're looks matched, and like, yeah, there's some truth to it, right? Where like the fucking dude is some like, you know, soy boy, and maybe a soy boy, but like soy boy or just some docile dude who's just normal, you know, regular fucking normal dude, watches football, have a hobby or two, you know, 100 IQ, regular fucking Joe everyman, right? And then we call that guy Oofy Doofy because he probably is. He's just a goofy motherfucker who doesn't have any fucking doesn't have any fucking thing going for him, and he's just kind of normal. So, and those relationships, simply by the definition of Chad being the exception, are going to be the majority of relationships, right? It's not so it's like all women still want Chad, but like enough women will settle for somebody else. But it doesn't mean that Chad's not still wanted, though, right? Like those women would leave their husbands in a heartbeat for you know, we've seen it happen before. But in my opinion, I think they would leave their husband in a heartbeat if Chad said yeah. So yeah. A lot of average to below average men allow it to get PP. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because enough men just want to simp, right? They'll do anything, right? Almost 100%. Yeah. I want to world tour max and escort max at this point. Yeah, I can see some reason to do that. I don't see a reason why not. You know, would you rather have a son or a daughter? Would you be okay raising a son on nightmare mode? I'd rather have a son. I'll say it. I'd rather have a son. I'm not afraid to say that. Everyone's like, "Oh, that's brutal, bro," because he's gonna experience shit. But I don't know. I'd rather be a man than a woman, right? I'd rather have a boy than. But then, of course, I would say that because I've had a decent life. So if your life's been shit and you're a dude, you're probably gonna have to say otherwise, right? It also depends on nightmare mode, right? Like, what do you mean by nightmare mode? Do you mean like the condition, or the kid's also actually fucked up too? Oofy Doofy has never been consistently defined. That's true. Yeah, I like Jack Tisson. Probably had the best definition of Oofy Doofy I've ever seen anyone give, in my opinion, and that's the one I kind of go with as well. Oops, almost underestimates how high the hypergamy is here. Yeah. Thanks, I forgot to use LinkedIn. Yeah, no problem, dude. Yo, I just got out of work right on time. What's up, Jay? Chat GPT enhancing us top 20% bros. I love it, dude. I love Chat GPT. Such a good little app or good little website. What the fuck does that even mean? Typically vague, like all supporters of all theories. Huh. Did y'all see the baby alien guy is now dating the hot chick he lost his V card to? Might be cap, but still. Dude, if you believe anything coming out of the porn industry, you're out of your mind. It's obviously a porn industry plant, bro. I don't believe any of that shit, bro. I'm good. Good family, money, and Chad. It's not just looks. No, I mean, it's normally is just looks. That's the sad part about it. Looks is a huge determining factor of your life. It's the reality of it. All these other things just help you along the way if you're not Chad. But if you're a regular fucking dude, yeah, you almost need to have a good family and money. Having a daughter is almost guaranteed that your bloodline continues. But like bloodlines don't come from women normally though. It's normally from men. Yeah, that's the reason why they take our last name and not the other way around. But so you're saying ugly men get bitches? I don't think Oofy Doofy. No, I'm not saying ugly men. I'm saying that like Oofy Doofy. You could say even just normie men. Like I would say Oofy Doofy tiers like normie up to like probably 7. 6.5 to 7 tier dude who's like just a regular Joe everyman guy. Even some ugly men will make it. Like you could classify those men as being Oofy Doofy because it's obvious that like a lower tier women still want to date men above their bracket anyway, right? So those men will still be Oofy Doofy. It's just like they're just uglier than the normie men. So like even some ugly people make it. They still breed. They're simply just gonna be a good look having offspring with that fucking chick though, right? So yeah. I don't think Oofy Doofy exists for black men who don't have nigga points. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you ask Pyramid, he's like, "Oh, Oofy Doofy, black man." I don't know, man. I don't see it in the black community for sure. That's for sure. Or maybe, I mean, Oofy Doofy black men would be men like probably Steve Harvey. Is Steve Harvey? Yeah, Steve Harvey. Or Boyce Watkins or something like that. Where it's like a relatively rich black man, but he's like literally like not. He's got a woman, but let's be real here. He's got his woman off of the strength of his money. He's successful. He had to be successful, right? So like, yes, that's the reality of it. So I would say those two men would probably fit the definition of an Oofy Doofy black man, yeah. Black men have ropey points. You have 2 boys, you can still fail to continue your bloodline. That's true. Yeah. Black women only stop Chad chasing after their 3rd child. Lots of older millennials have aged out of having kids. It's true. Yeah, they're fucking done. It's true. Yeah. Good family's money pill. Yeah, if you have a good family that has connections, then you'll probably find a woman as well. But always remember that your looks don't matter. even in that relationship they got set up for you, there's still a looks thing there. The parents that come from good family, they're not just gonna give their daughters to the ugliest dude in town because like he has money. Not usually, especially if that family is also equally yoked. They're gonna be like, okay, like we're gonna find somebody else in our bracket that has what we're looking for. Like you even see this. They've done studies on this as well, where they'll do a study where like they've done a study where they show parents will basically describe all the attributes that they're looking for in a son-in-law, and then they'll ask them to pick they'll put 2 men in front of them, and one of them is more attractive but doesn't have the same qualities, and the other dude's less attractive but has all the qualities, and they always pick the attractive guy. So yeah, the looks pill, even amongst like parents, it matters, right? So cute young women like 18. What? A son on nightmare mode, brutal. Yeah, dude. Would you rather have an Inkle son or a thought daughter? Probably a thought daughter. And if it's like an Inkle son or a thought daughter, yeah, I'd take a thought daughter any day of the week. The son is way cheaper, to be honest. Rather have the OnlyFans daughter who buys me cars. Huh. Latino said did an experiment with White Chatellite in LA and only got one match. A fat black woman is really is over. Damn. Having a daughter is being the ultimate cuck in a way. I have a sister and it's brutal even just being siblings. Can't imagine having a daughter. Is having a daughter the most cuck thing you can possibly imagine? Think about it rationally. You're feeding, clothing, and raising a daughter, taking her to school every day so she can get fucked in every hole. By some other man who did nothing to help her development. Just be cuck. Oofy is repackaged beta book. It kind of is, in a way. I'd probably have to be able to use embryo selection to better the chances of the male offspring reproducing. This is, I mean, I don't know. That's way too much stuff for me, but same shit I always say, to be honest. It seems like nothing new. I experienced something similar after years of trying and getting fit. For a period of 6 months, I managed to get one 22-year-old fat, ugly woman to respond online. Holy shit. Greater odds you would have a constant pain in your ass and a wallet of a daughter. Fuck up part is that the sons are at least inherently disposable. That's true. There's some truth there, yeah. If you have daughters, like, society basically expects you to take care of them until they're, like, married off. If you have sons, man, they don't give a fuck. If you have a son, they're like, okay, man, he'll figure it out. throw it out in the street, they'll figure it out, dude. I was Oofy Doofy from 2004 to 2008. Good times. Oh, that's good shit, man. Good memories, right? The internet is making us gay and all retarded. definitely a lot of people over there watching fucking a rainbow shit on the internet. That's pretty true. Retarded, I would say probably pretty true as well, man. Would you have a kid that looks like a DBDR and live life on hard mode? Why would I do that? But white men don't need to be rich to Oofy Doofy typically. I would say that for normie white men, like, obviously, if you're talking within the confines of the greater dating market, then yeah, like, they can just date other races of women and generally get off with that. But if you're talking about, like, white men who are, and generally this is going to be true for most white men, that they want to date white women, because I think it's fine to date within your own race. There's nothing wrong with that. That those white men are going to be, there's going to be a certain burden of performance on white men as well. You know, white men, the stereotype is that they're rich, and if you're not a rich white man in a white country, you're white trash to them, right? So they'll just discount you at a certain point. Now, once again, those white men can go somewhere else, but you know, if they don't want to, then yeah, they're stuck. So. Every time I hear Doofy, I think of Doofy from Doflamingo's nickname from One Piece. I think both of Meek's parents weren't good looking. Two average looking parents are going to have a model tier child. Have no idea how it happens. That's genes, man. Genetic recombination, my dude. Typical trash, but sensible comment. If you are married and have kids, isn't it normal life for him to be the provider? I constantly hear complaining about how that's the ideal. What am I responding to here? What am I reading here? Oofy Doofy's repackaged beta bucks, and then we have typical trash, sensible comment. They are married and they have kids. Isn't it normal for him to be the provider? Yeah, some truth there. Yeah, I constantly hear complaining about how that's the ideal. It's 1960s life. I don't even think men want to do that anymore. Like, I think we need to talk about the men as well. The men don't actually want that. I think that the ones who say they do are lying to themselves normally. It takes a very rare man nowadays who actually wants to have the regular life. I think a lot of men would rather. I've heard this story before as well, where it's like, I want to smash a bunch of women and then find a woman at the finish line once I'm at the top of my game to settle down with. And it's like, that sounds great on paper, but like, if everybody keeps doing that, then there's going to be no women who actually are virgins and ready to go, right? Because you know, those men want to get their fill of life. Like, you can't have a fucking massive orgy on a societal level and then arrive at the finish line saying we're all the bitches that still got their V card, bro. It's not gonna happen. That's retarded. Like, you either need, it's either gonna be all or nothing. Like, you either need to have a market that regulates both men and women and decide that this is what you're gonna do, and this is your fucking duty to your society and your nation and to your wife and to your husband. And you drive that shit home, or you have a system where it's like, well, we all just fuck around and nobody has kids and we all die. Yeah, there you go. Like, that's what it comes down to. People want to have it both ways, where it's like, I want to have my cake and eat it too. Okay, fine, do it and see what happens. Like, and now we're seeing what happens now when we have a market of like a bunch of chads who fuck a bunch of women, and a bunch of women who just fuck around for in their 20s and 30s, and then they hit 40 years old and wonder what the fuck happened, right? Like, King Doge, talk about your experience with your sister, and that's pretty funny. Just be cock. If you're not NT as a man, it's better to have daughters. Whatever. I couldn't stand having if I don't, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't like, imagine having a daughter and then you have to deal with two women now, dude. Fuck that shit. like Jesus fucking Christ. Friday's Wave Dash, no name. What's up, dude? This is brutal. She had a boyfriend and 3 boyfriends, and I'm 10 years older than her, and I've been single forever, and then I haven't met her boyfriend. It's brutal. Damn. The problem is that the term oofy doofy doesn't seem to provide or define anything that we haven't discussed to death already. It's true. Just be cock. Umar says black men need to get their ski mask and go protect black women. Let's go. No, fuck me, man. I'd rather have a daughter. You're much more likely to have grandkids, and there's an 80% chance she'll succeed in life. I guess. Yeah, I mean, they'll always find a way to find a way out of because men will just swoop in and save her, right? But yeah. I have no responsibility for random women I'm not fucking. Yeah. If I said I got a girlfriend, is it frowned upon in this space? Who gives a fuck, dude? I basically have one now. Who gives a shit? Are you fighting in the gender war or going to jail with Doug Mac's crew? How do you feel about Brick Girl? I haven't even watched that video yet. What how should I give a fuck? I don't know. Like, you know, it's kind of funny how like black women are taking. I believe she was African, right? So taking this weird girl and saying, "Oh, this is what black men do to us," and it's like, what? No, like, you think African American men are doing this shit en masse? Like, you're out of your fucking mind, bro. Like, daughters are harder to raise. Yeah, man, that hoe face, dude. They're harder to raise because they got that hoe face. I just think sometimes that what are guys working for? I'm pursuing grad school and I just see all these fit, beautiful women that I'll never even talk to. Most guys can't even look at these voids now. That's true. Yeah, what are you working for, really? Like, what's the point? Like, oh, so I can work for 50 years, fund the system for free, and then die? Like, it seems dumb. Like if you're not, I don't know, man. Like, it's all cope, right? It's all cope at the end of the day. But my fucking God, bro, like, you're busting your ass off. You're working your ass off. You're paying taxes to the government that fucking hates you, and it's gonna fucking keep giving women more of your money to get ahead of you artificially. And then they're paying for immigrants who come here. They're paying for everybody else. Everybody else is getting a benefit out of the system except for you. And then you reach the finish line of your life, whether you take your own life or you fucking make it to old age and then you pass away and then you die. Like, that's a pretty fucked up situation to be in, right? It's pretty fucked, right? It really is. It's shitty, bro. It's shitty. Brick girl. Brick girl. No, it's a good thing to find a bit of relief in a shit world. It would only be bad if you were cucking or something like that. Looking at Floyd's harassment 5 years in the future. Non-NT sons are way harder to raise. Not everyone will have enough money to do gene editing. It's true. Do what I say. I'll be here if you guys need me. Let's see. Never step in to save a woman. You're putting yourself in harm's way for some woman who wants you dead anyway. Yeah, probably. What is the point of being a pseudo cuck, watching Chad fuck all the women and get all the fun? The average guy is just being told to excel, even though women are handed everything. We excel for. Yeah, that's true. You know, like when, you know, we keep talking about how there's like a recruitment crisis in the military, right? It's like, oh, we can't find any Gen Z people who want to join the force and help save America. It's like, yeah, well, why the fuck would a red-blooded man of any race show up to a recruiting station unless he's either dumb, needs money, or he just wants to get that free college? Why the fuck would he show up there voluntarily and tell you, yo, bro, I want to spend 4 to 6 years of my life in the service so you can tell me how to eat, what to do, shave off all my hair, work hard. Who the fuck wants to sign up for that job, bro? When I can literally, like, you know, work for Amazon making like probably comparable money and just do my thing there. Come on, there's no point. Like, it's just true. Like, I've always thought this was true. Like, there's no, if you don't give men a reason to if you don't give men incentives to do anything, they're not going to do anything. Obviously, right? They're going to do the bare minimum to survive and then die. Like, fuck, not to always make this about race, but few low body count trad women are white men only. I don't know. Could be. I guess probably. I don't know. I don't have any data to confirm that. Chicken dinner. Who the fuck told you I want my trad 1960s life? Well, yeah, well, if you just want to smash a bunch of women, but you can't, then what's the first point of living then, right? Like, you're not even doing what you want to do. Like, in Gen Z, at least, some of the hot black women set the standard for high tier normie whites only. Yeah, that's true. Guys are getting frustrated because they're not being noticed by women anymore. Of course they're not. They don't give a fuck, bro. Even the black women who have conservative values are mostly trying to get with white men. Yeah, Candace Owens is a big example of that for sure. I would agree. Mr. Albert, I won't need him if I mind my own business, though. It saves us both money. It's true. I'd rather have a son and tell him to go Geomax. It's just cheaper. It literally is cheaper, bro. Imagine having to raise a daughter for like when she's married by 35. Imagine that fucking life, dude. Fuck that shit. Africa Max is always an option. That's true. Right, just another cog in the system. Yeah, you're just another cog in the system, bro. You're just another dude who got born, and you're there to make life better for women and gays and LGBT XYZ alphabet people and children for a time, children until they turn 18, and then you make the life just better for the men in that system, right? The fucking boys who become men just get turned are just like you, right? At the end of the day, so like if you're a man, dude, you are literally you have the burden of the entire world on your back. And then not only do you have this burden, but you also don't get any recognition for it either, dude. Like nobody cares if you're working your ass off. They just want you to keep working, bro. Yeah, just keep working, bro. Like it's literally being cucked out of you're a wage cuck. I mean, that's the thing for you're a wage cuck. You get cucked out of your wages every fucking day, man. Give women money, give women more money. Snuggles, you're entitled, bro. Yeah, basically, yeah. It's over. Yeah, basically, dude. No money down on VA home loans. It's true. A home for my wife and her boyfriend. Great, yeah, dude. The incentive for joining the army are gone. If they pay more, they could increase their recruitment numbers. Probably, but truth be told, though, like, what are you dying for in America? Like, you're probably gonna get shipped out to fucking fighting Ukraine or some shit, or at some point, and then it's like, what are you really dying for? Like, you're some fucking 19, 20-year-old kid who's enlisted in the Air Force. I mean, if the Air Force is kind of cushy, right? But you're in the Army or the Marines and some shit. You're working your ass off every fucking day, and there's some thought on the internet who makes more money than you do, posting pictures on a website. Like, you don't demoralizing that fucking is, bro. Like, I want to fuck a real girl this time. Oh, military forces people to marry. I hear. Yeah, I heard they heavily encourage you to get married. I served in the Navy. I would not do it today. Screw it. Send the IG model voids. Yeah. Mystery, how often do you see the girl you're dating and how's it going? It's going pretty well. I mean, it's going well. And how often? I probably see her like once, at least once a week. And truth be told, our dates are really cheap. I'm not having to spend a lot of money. Like, our dates are like, not $5, but like $15-20, which isn't too much money. We don't like eat out a lot, so it's pretty good there. I'm not spending a lot of money on food dates and nothing like that. It's pretty good. We're doing a lot of activities and shit, so. You are yoked with all these crazies. Yeah, so yeah. Imagine if the men that were ignored by women can choose not to pay taxes for single mothers and LGBTQ. Don't forget that NT people mostly took the medical treatment in 2021. The future isn't as easy for them as you think. It's also the taking. I don't know. See what happens. Cucked by the system. My God, yeah, dude. Cucked by the system. The whole system's here to cuck you, bro. They're here to cuck you, bro. But will it just be a bit depressing as the new world takes shape? We'll see. Worst case scenario, the boomers somehow survive anyway. That's true. And actually, it makes more sense for women to fight in the army than men. Yeah, they have more to lose. Like, really, like, they have more to lose. This is the world that they created. Boomers are not the problem, just NTs in general. Boomers had a fairly large genius tier, and you want that subgroup to stay around as long as possible. I don't know, man. Boomers are a huge problem, dude. Boomers literally destroyed this country. Like, who do you think runs the government and all the corporations? It's boomers. It's not some parts of Gen X maybe, but it is boomers. It's boomers. I'm sorry, bro. Boomers are a huge problem. They should have died years ago, but they're still here. So, like, they literally sold their country off to a bunch of bankers and to make to get a social security check off the backs of their sons and partially their daughters, but mostly their sons. Like, it's just true. I agree that there are thoughts that earn more money than 90% of men. It's true, yeah. Women don't compare it to guys physically. They don't. Yeah, activities, entanglements, yeah. Biggest problem I see is that the power structure and wealth is so fucking ossified that no one in the actual shit can solve anything. Yeah. Fair enough. It's a very U.S.-centric point of view, I guess. I don't know what other countries boomers were like, but like, look at Japan. Like, their economy's been flat for fucking years. You know, China. Look at the general state of the of the West and Western Europe. Like, it's fucking horrible. I mean, the reality of the world is that this whole world has been created by the boomers. Like, this is their world. They created all the systems that we all use every damn day. They either halfway created it or had some hand in the creation of these things. So, you know, I'm gonna open the chat up. Give me a sec. Let me open the chat up. Japan's are having a hard time finding jobs for their youth. It's so fucking bad, dude. Yeah, not Japan, but China. Yeah, China's so over. It's retroactively never began. Yeah. China's, I don't know, man. People are like, China's gonna take over the world. Are you serious? Like, I'm like, bro, China, man. They really, I don't know what's going on with China, bro. They're fucked. Completely cuck state, dude. I heard like that. Don't the women have like they have their own version of like MGTOW where it's like no children, no breeding or something. I forgot what it is. It's like the four no's or something like that, right? I forget what they call it, but like the Asian women, I think it's either in South Korea or China, one of the two, or maybe both countries. They have like the women had this like whole thing of like they don't even want they're anti like a natalist to the fucking core, dude. Like, they don't care about having kids at all. So I guess maybe we took for granted that like or not took for granted, but I think the reality of that perhaps women, you know, maybe we thought that, oh, there's a maternal instinct in women to have kids. Maybe that's never existed, and it's simply a byproduct of like other women having kids and women doing it, right? So, you know, and then women see that, and then it's like a monkey see, a monkey do type thing. But who knows? South Korean feminists are the worst. Or obviously, perhaps that drive is only like distributed amongst a certain number of women. Who knows? But oh my god, man. South Korean women are light-skinned and hot. Are they? I thought they were just like kind of fugly looking until they got plastic surgery. Spain feminists are pretty bad too. My good friend lucked out with his version before him too. Wow. Japanese and Vietnamese are the hottest Asians in my opinion. Okay. Oh man. Let me go to Discord. Let me see if I can find anything to read. I think I posted a few articles in the chat in a few weeks ago or something like that. Wow, that's sad, man. Good morning, Britain. Conservative MP Nick Fletcher has called for there to be a minister for men role created. The minister would deal with specific health problems the men face and try to improve their life chances. Do we need a minister for men? Wow, this is sad. No fucking way, bro. Ha! This is sad. Dang. Nobody cares, bro. Wish I could be Indian, dude. Indians have the best time on the dating market, dude. They do. Oh no! I think let me copy this link. This was a good one I posted a while ago. It's cool if no one wants to come on. I have plenty of stuff I can read. This is a quick article today. I can always do articles on save some for Sunday as well, but here we go. Let's read this article together. Hopefully it doesn't work out, but we'll be fine. It's from the Daily Mail. Doctors warn U.S. is barreling towards same fertility crisis as Japan, where 1 in 10 in there. Oh, come on, dude. This is the longest fucking title I've ever seen in my whole fucking life. We'll do this. Where 1 in 10 men in their 30s are virgins, and the third women will be childless. Yeah. Let's go back to the reader view. Claims that the world is becoming overpopulated has been in the zeitgeist for decades, but its lack of new babies really concerns experts in developed countries. Japan announced this week that as many as a third of 18-year-old women may never have children due to a sex recession that has plagued the country for decades. Calling it a sex recession, bro. Okay. 1 out of every 10 Japanese men in the 30s is still a virgin. Wow. The country's fertility rate has plummeted from 1.5 in 1992 to 1.34 births per woman in 2020. Well, not as bad as fucking not as bad on the Borging. Shit, let me I think it's only when I read articles, I guess. I don't know. If it's a Borging, I can't tell. Dude said it, but I'll make sure I have it confirmed. Am I? I don't know if I'm Borging or not. Okay, I guess I'm gonna keep reading, I guess. Let's see. Lack of babies being born is already having real-world impacts. Japan's economy has stalled and caused the country to lose its place as an economic superpower. And experts warn that the U.S. is barreling towards the same fate, with fertility rates at historic low, and increase in sexless relationships. Over time in the U.S., births have decreased their deaths while death having increased, leading to a decline in population. Fertility rates have dropped the most since 2005 in Utah, Arizona, Colorado, Nevada, and California. As well as having one of the lowest birth rates in the world, Japan also has the highest life expectancy, meaning it is less with rapidly aging society, a shrinking workforce, and fewer taxpayers. Yep, it's true. This is the exact same thing America is going to go through, where it's like, oh, how do you fund Social Security with like fucking one worker per fucking retiree? It's not going to happen. Experts told DailyMail.com that America could be in store for a host of problems, such as a slump in economic growth and difficulty for retirement system. This birth rate does not pick up. It's not. Well, the problem is that they think like these people are they're like mistaken in their analysis where they think that, oh well, if you just increase the birth rate now, we can save ourselves. Like, no, dude, you would have to have increased the birth rate like 10 years ago to have this problem be fixed. The problem's already over. It's already over. Like, you're late to the fucking game. The problem's over. It's already over. You would have had to fix this problem years ago. It's already over. But by the time you see the impact of these children being born, it's already over. So yeah, it's done. Yeah, no, there's no fixing this. A baby boom in the mid 20th century saw the average woman in the U.S. give birth to between 3 and 4 children. Today, that rate is just 1.6, the lowest level recorded since data was first tracked in the 1800s. I'm boring bad again. My God, good. Am I still boring or not? I want to make sure I'm still boring. Okay, let me fix it real quick. Give me a sec. How do I sound now? So I think it's only when I have the screen share with an article up. It's so weird. Because it doesn't happen when I have a video. Well, it happens when I have videos up too, but I don't know. I gotta fix fun. I might try to find a new streaming platform or some shit. So, because StreamYard does kind of suck ass. The problem is that I don't know how I would get guests on. I guess I would have to promote the a Discord, I guess, and then use that to talk. But a lot of people don't use a Discord either. So who knows? Today, blah 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 blah, and there is nothing in the data that suggests this trend is going to reverse itself anytime soon. Dr. Philip Levine, a professor of economics at a Wesley College in Massachusetts, told DailyMail.com. He added that financial incentives such as those promised in Japan for families with 3 or more children are unsuccessful at significantly raising a country's birth rate, and we may have to learn to live in a world in which the birth rate is low. Wow. Yeah, this is true though. I think that the whole America's entire really this is like a very both sides do it, but like, you know, every side, I think everybody thinks that, oh, if we just throw more money at the problem, we can raise the birth rate or we can fix any problem. But like, sometimes the problem is not money. The problem simply is just like you don't have enough like people, or you don't have or it's simply the will of the people themselves that have kids, right? You know, not all problems can be solved with just like, well, just pay them to do it. So, well, then what if they just flat out said, well, I don't have that. That's not a priority in my life. They just won't do it for the money. Now, obviously, there's a price where they would do it like regardless. But like you know, if he gives everybody who had a kid like $1 million, but yeah, it's just like, I don't know. It's like, you know, there is a price, but I'm pretty sure we're nowhere close to the price that people would pay to have kids now. So. In January 2023, Japan increased the financial incentives offered 1 million yen, $7,500 per child to families who moved out of Greater Tokyo. It topped an existing relocation fee of 300,000 yen, $2,000. It is too early to tell if it will make a lasting difference, but experts are not optimistic. Wow. Dr. Levin told Daily Mail that there will need to be an economic reorganization to keep the country afloat. Adding jobs will be lost in manufacturing, construction, and other fields, and move into care services for the elderly. Wow. And once again, they're gonna use your labor. They want you to take care of these old fucks who did nothing to prepare the world for the future, man. This will eventually have a damaging impact on both social cohesion and general well-being, and on economic dynamism. He warned. It's true. Yeah. Dr. Christopher Murray, a global health expert from University of Washington, told DailyMail.com, since most purchases of real estate or consumer durables are in the working age adults, it will tend to put downward pressure on those types of assets. In the long run, societies have to adapt to more grandparents and grandchildren. What? Well, no, you can't be a grandparent if you don't have any grandchildren, right? Like, you can't be a grandparent if you have no grandchildren. Grandparent is a title that that implies you have grandchildren. The problem with these old fucks is that all they have is kids. They don't have any grandkids. that's the sad part about this. So, yeah, we are actually only just beginning to understand the myriad of challenges that sustain low fertility will have on societies. Previous research has revealed Americans are having far less sex than former generations. A study from 2017 found that married or live-in couples have sex 16 times fewer times per year in 2014 compared to 2004. A couple had 9 times more sex in 1995 and 1999 than they do now. Dang. Speaking of which, I'm not sure how much of this I want to reveal, but like, there's a friend of mine who I already went there. I went to the marriage or the ceremony where they got married at, and then he sent me a text that had her pronouns in it, bro. I was like, oh my fucking god, this chick has pronouns, bro. Like, she has like her preferred pronouns of like, I guess it's like they, them, and their. And I'm like, no fucking way, bro, no way. I was like, man, like, dude, I was like, fuck me, bro. I knew it. I knew something was off with this fucking marriage, bro. Called it. I just fucking knew it. I was like, this is too normal for now. I'm like, oh, now I know what's going on, bro. All right, now I know what's going on. I'm like, okay, this is pretty obvious. If they have kids, that kid's gonna be one fucked up kid, dude. That's all I can say. If they're even fucking, bro. If they're even fucking, man. For all I know, they're not even fucking, dude. Oh man. Experts have many theories as to why our interest in sex is dwindling, including porn addiction, libido-sapping drugs like antidepressants, low testosterone levels among men, obesity, and other factors. Dr. Stuart Fisher, an internal medicine physician in New York, told DailyMail.com that there needs to be a public mind shift where Americans start thinking about sex as a productive activity for greater good and have more goal-oriented sex to increase birth rate. Yeah, this is, I mean, he's making a very religious, moral argument here a little bit, but like, it doesn't have to be religious, but like, that's how Americans are going to take it, right? You know, when people say, "Oh, be fruitful and multiply," and actually have kids with your sex, and you know, like, the biggest thing I made this argument before in the past, and it's like, you know, I think I've heard it from somebody else as well, but the reality is that, you know, the thing that separates us from LGBT fucking alphabet people is that A, it's the opposite sex, and beyond that, we can have kids. And if it's just simply going to be sport fucking from age 20 to age 35 or 40 or some shit, then we're no better than, you might as well just be gay. Like, it's the same fucking thing, right? You're just having sport fucking. Yeah, it's not obviously you're fucking a woman, but at the end of the day, like, you know, the output of sex has like been completely divorced from the act of having sex because of the pill, because of condoms, because of all these things, right? So yeah, that's the reality of it, right? Japan announced this week that as many as a third of 18-year-old women may never have children due to a sex recession that has plagued the country for decades. Number of American women with at least one child has fallen to just 52.1%, while the number of men dropped to 39.7% in 2019. Look at the disparity, right? Look at the disparity. My God. Let me read that again. The number of American women with at least one child has fallen to 52.1%. So women are still having kids, right? At least the majority of women have kids. 52.1% is still the majority. While the number of men dropped to 39.7%, bro. Oh man, men are out here just getting fucking. Here we go. There's always a gap, dude. The average American woman under 45 has 1.1 child or children, rather, while the average man has 0.8. The National Center for Health Statistics report. In Japan, the falling birth rate has been attributed to a waning appetite for marriage and parenting and growing financial worries, leaving couples questioning whether they can afford children. It also due to a vicious cycle of fewer children who have had fewer children, saying Takuya Hoshino or whatever. It's a senior economist at Daiichi Life Research Institute. Yeah, 0.8 men. It's not even fucking one. Men aren't even allowed to have one child, dude. 0.8, dude. As people have less children, they're able to spend more money on each child than families have in the past. It drives up the average cost of raising a child for the broader population, putting some people off from having children. He said, "Ooh, that's a good way. That's a good point." Yeah, like, those stats they always talk about the thing that it costs $200 million, and I'm exaggerating there, but like it's like it costs like $200K to like raise a child in America. Like, is that really true, or is that simply just a byproduct of this? Like, where it's like, oh well, that money you're just putting more money of your money into one child, but does it actually cost that much money to raise a child? Probably not in reality. But the problem is that women and men see that stat and they say, I can't have kids at all, right? In the U.S., similar problems are blamed as women as well as women prioritizing careers and the rise of fertility treatments, leaving many to think they can wait. But Dr. Levin says that evidence for these theories isn't really that great, and admitted that research don't have a firm grasp on why Americans are having fewer children. Oh, dude, these men feel like they're so close. They're so close. They're like, oh well, when women doing this, okay, like look, you're so fucking close, dude. You're so fucking close. You're so fucking close. Like you're right fucking there. Just take the next step, bro. Come to the right conclusion for once in your whole fucking life instead of just blaming men. Maybe we should look at the women are the primary fucking bottleneck when it comes to having children. They are the bottleneck in nature, just naturally, by the nature of them being women and only being able to raise, or being able to have a kid every 9 months, right? So like, oh my fucking god, dude. I get on these rants and I get fucking bored. Fuck this shit, dude. I'm done. I'm not done. I'm lying, but. Yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, if I'm on boarding it, I don't know if I'm boarding it or not now. But yeah, like for once in your whole life, to stop blaming men. That's what it comes down to. Like the solution's right in front of your fucking eyes. Not the solution, rather, but at least you know what the problem is, right? So. States where housing costs are rising more or childcare costs are rising more don't have birth rates that are falling more rapidly than other states. For example, Massachusetts has the most expensive childcare, but has the fourth lowest fertility rate out of the states. It doesn't seem like it's about finances. It seems it's about what people want out of their lives. I've made this argument before, dude. It's not the money all the time, dude. It's not the money all the time. We can't keep saying, oh, they're poor, they don't want to have kids. Okay, how do you explain all the poor motherfuckers who have kids then? Like, how do you explain that? Oh, well, they're different. I'm sorry, dude. Nah, having kids is a matter of will, dude. It's a matter of like, do you actually have the will to have kids? Do you actually want to do it? But people can find creative ways to have to live a life if they're willing to give up what they have, but most of them don't want to do it. So he said the Great Recession definitely started the ball rolling on the U.S. birth rates and are routinely linked to economic activity. That's true. But when recessions ended, births didn't rebound. They just kept going down. So that clearly played a role at the beginning, but not on an ongoing role because the recession did end. Oh, they think the recession ended. This people are dumb, but the recession never really went away from most people, dude. They're still fucked. Like, they got fucked and they never fucking recovered from that shit, dude. Said Dr. Levin thinks that falling birth rate is likely due to changing preferences, life goals, and aspirations among women and their partners. Oh, they always say partners, right? They never say, like, women and men. It's just partners, right? Wait, mental abortion, is this real? There is cocaine underneath the White House? No fucking way, bro. Zog, I repeat, there is cocaine underneath the White House. No fucking way. That can't be real, dog. Mental abortion, is that something I can look up on the news? Is that real? Marriage and childbearing may not be quite as much of a priority among recent waves of young people, but it has been in the past, he said, but added that this is not country specific. An erosion of family values and religious principles might also be a factor, Dr. Fisher said. In Japan, the number of children has been falling for more than 4 decades, which is having a disastrous effect on GDP and productivity. Japan's population of 126.15 million in 2020 is projected to fall to 87 million by 2070, according to the National Institute of Population and Social Security Research. In Japan, the falling birth rate has been attributed to a waning appetite for marriage. I already read this fucking part. What the fuck? In China, the infamous one-child policy has had catastrophic effects, as described as the worst policy in history. It is. It's such a bad policy, bro. It caused fertility rate to crash by more than half, from 5.8 births per woman in 1970 to 2.7 births per woman in 1979. The effects are still being felt. Government data estimates show China's fertility rate dropped to a record low of 1.09 in 2020, the lowest of any country with a population of over 100 million. The falling birth rate is detrimental to a country for several reasons. Fewer births mean fewer workers, which has implications for economic activity and economic growth, Dr. Levin says. Obviously, yeah. It causes problems for retirement systems that are based on current workers paying benefits for current retirees, he said, as well as difficulties funding and managing a school system. Dr. Fisher agreed that the reasons for Americans' falling birth rate are sociological. Oh, they're finally getting it. Like, I'm so fucking tired of hearing about, oh, it's the money. Money is a factor, but my God, bro, the sociological factors cannot be ignored. Now, you can argue that the sociological factors are tied to the money, sure. But at the end of the day, though, man, like, you can't tell me that, like, I don't know, is that even really true, though? Because once again, why are so many poor people having kids then? Like, I think this is a somewhat of a middle class problem, because like the upper middle class and the rich are still having kids, obviously, and the poor have kids. The extremely poor have kids, right? So yeah, this is a middle class problem for sure. They're kind of hot. I don't know. People are more anxious than ever, he said. People are in more desperate conditions. The economy is obviously very, very unstable. This is not a situation that would have occurred after winning a world war, let's say, where you're happy and you want to start a family. This is the antithesis of that. The rising cost of living has been a deterrent for people to start a family, Dr. Fisher said. He also noted how dating has changed over the years. In the old days, that would have been arranged marriages, he said. Yeah, it's true. Arranged marriages were a thing for a reason. It worked. It worked for a long time, and then we're like, nah, bro, free. We need to be free. Okay, and now you're free, and then you fucked it up. Like, what do you fucking know? Dr. Fisher said the pandemic, technological advances, and increasing use of the internet have caused more people to become more insular. It's easier to become isolated from society on the internet. You don't really want to go out because you're depressed, he said, pointing to America's growing mental health crisis, with 1 in 5 adults currently clinically depressed. Wow. He added the rising obesity rates have also been having an impact on fertility for both men and women. When you have obese men, the balance of testosterone and estrogen isn't correct, so there's infertility is a fertility problem, he said. They focus on the men on the fat part, right? They focus on the men, dude, when the fucking women are fucking big as 2 fucking Baptist churches, dude. Fuck that shit, bro. Nah, dog. Nah, dude. Nah. Women being fat is men being fat's a problem too, but I mean, just don't be fat in general, right? But my God, that's crazy. That's a funny article, man. There you go. The end is nigh, dude. No hymen, no grinding. Yeah, funny. He said, "Trust me, bro." I don't know, dude. I don't know if I kind of trust you. My man on the inside has seen it. Are you sure? Tell him to take a picture and send it to me. I want to see this. Men need to pull their cuck straps and man up. Jordan Cuckerson. Let me see what this thing says. I'm gonna do one more video and then I'm gonna leave here because no one wants to come on. I guess so. That's cool. Here's the video. Loneliness epidemic, I guess.
You may not have known it, but there have been study after study showing that loneliness is on the rise and men are being hit especially hard. Earlier this year, the Surgeon General declared loneliness an epidemic. A recent Pew poll finding 60% of men under age 30 are single, and many say they have no close friends. Joining me.
Jesus motherfucking God, dude. Nobody cares though because it says men, so it's like fuck them. Let them figure it out.
Right now, Owen Marcus, the founder of Every Man, which is an organization that coordinates support and wellness groups to foster male friendship and healing. Thank you so much. You know, after reading up on this, one could say the masculine heart is in a silent crisis. Men do not open up as much about their emotions. They often feel trapped. They don't like necessarily being vulnerable. What is the number one reason you believe men are lonelier than ever?
I think it's because men aren't manning up and they aren't they aren't going outside and blah blah. Blah. Yeah, this is gonna be the answer. I guarantee it. Let's see what he says.
I think as men we've not learned how to really connect to each other.
He did it. He did the thing, dude. He did the thing where you blame men. Oh man, it couldn't possibly be the system that they were born into, right? No. It's not that one. Nah, we can't blame the system, right? We got to blame the men. Now maybe I'm talking too early here because he hasn't really talking that much, but so maybe I'll let him finish, right? But Jesus fuck, man, like they can't do it. They can't do it, man.
As we grow up, we've as we think we all know, men and women, we were told that emotions are something that you do not feel and you certainly don't express.
Just show your emotions, bucko. Like, come on, dude. No. Fuck me, man.
And you particularly don't do that in front of other men. But what we're seeing,
honestly, that's like probably the best place you can go because at least another man will understand, man. Like, not. Come on. That you don't do that in front of women, dude. Like, fuck it, man.
And I've been doing this for a few decades, is that men, particularly younger men, are becoming more willing to be able, in the right or emotionally safe space, to feel and express their emotions. And one of the things that happens is once a man sees one man do it, and they see that that space is safe, they will often venture into doing that themselves. And in the course of maybe an hour, every man in a little group will start to become much more emotionally aware and much more emotionally expressive.
There's a large group of young men. We talked about it just at the top here. They're single, they live alone, or they remain unmarried and live at home with their parents, fueling more isolation. So what advice would you give for men in those categories who need to make friends?
I understand. When I got into this quite a few years ago, it's scary to reach out and take that risk of, say, coming to a men's group or any environment where there's more authentic connection. And the more we don't do it, the harder it is to take that leap. But one of the things that I found immediately was I was not the only one that felt afraid or intimidated about being authentic with other men. And so I would encourage men to take that risk, know that you're not alone. And I'm willing to bet that once a man or two opens up, you'll start to realize that you're a lot more like the rest of us than you really believe you are.
Yeah, it's so true. I've had the privilege and the honor of having friendships with many men who are emotionally vulnerable, and they've opened up to me about how challenging it is to actually initiate friendship. With women, we might go to the gym and meet a friend, or we might go to brunch and be introduced through work, but male connection is sometimes a lot more difficult of a dance than with women.
I'll be honest with you guys. I really don't have. Most of my friends are actually kind of older than I am by a little bit. They aren't my age, but it's kind of weird that I think Elysium 19. He talks a lot about these like that upper tier of like not upper tier, but the older millennial millennials who are like in their 40s, right? Those guys are just extremely like well adjusted and they're really successful for sure. They made it. Those guys they're doing fine generally. They're all in their 40s now, or at least late 30s, early 40s. So they're all doing fine. But You know, anybody passes a certain year of birth is basically fucked, right? So, but those guys, yeah, I mean, they're like, I talk to them all the time, but even amongst those guys, they're it's hard to Xennials, yeah, those guys, Xennials, have you all?
If a guy is watching and he's not ready to join a group like yours, are there places that they can go to kind of jumpstart that feeling of being connected to community?
I think almost any place. You brought up a good point. Men will often open up with women and not with other men. And so what often happens is when they lose their partner, they're really at a loss. But just doing anything, I mean, traditionally men have played sports together, and that's a step in the right direction. One of the unique things about men is we tend to connect as we do things. Women can just sit down and start talking about anything and start opening up. But as men, we tend to want to be doing something together just to have some conversation. And then what I would encourage is to sort of broach the subject from talking just about sports or your work to share something that's a little more vulnerable and take that risk. And if the other man doesn't respond, it's really not about you. It's just about his conditioning and his fear of also being vulnerable. But I find that in most cases, men will respond in a more authentic way if you take a risk and reveal something about yourself.
Well, I think you make, again, a good point. One of men's primary needs is that recreational partnership and doing something with the people that they're fostering connection with. This is important for men. This is also so important for boys
man.
Who will grow up to be men. Owen Marcus, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for watching. Go to News Nation.
Thank you for watching. Blah, 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 blah. And we're done. Women have systematically invaded all of those spaces. No, that's true. Yeah, they're everywhere, man. There's a reason why, like, this space will always be like a male space where it's just men talking, dude. Because, like, women coming here, it ruins the vibe, dude. Why are we pretending men do stuff for women sometimes? These guys are crazy. Guys do stuff for sometimes for something in return, not for free. It's true. Yeah. Yeah. This is one of the last male spaces now. It's true. All right, buddy boys. Well, this has been Friday night, whatever, and I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment if you liked the video, or maybe you hated the video. Leave a comment anyway. And never forget, buddy boys, that wisdom is fucking gold. I'll see you guys on SNC Sunday Night Co-op Weekend Chat, random discussion episode, whatever we're on of season 2. Once again, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you're notified of all my shit. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Watch the restream and watch more stuff. Watch more Mystery School, dude. Watch some of the old content, dude. This shit's good. I think we put out pretty good content every week, right? Pretty good back and forth discussion, stuff like that. Pretty good, overall discussion, right? So yeah, dude, just keep keeping on, my dude. I don't know what to say, right? It's just a hard life. It's a hard knock life, and you're just kind of fucked in it, right? But yeah, dude. Once again, I'll be live Sunday, so yeah, it won't be too long, my dudes. But yeah, peace out, my dudes. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good weekend, and cheers.